How's it going?
Anthony, go ahead.
Hey, Cuonzo, hope you're doing well. Obviously tomorrow you guys got a game against a familiar face. Just kind of wondering if you could talk a little bit about Xavier Pinson and what he'll kind of bring to the game.
We probably watched film on him. He's doing a good job for his team. I know he's out a bit, but he's doing a good job facilitating for his team and making plays.
Dave.
Cuonzo, their defensive numbers are really good. What makes them good? They just get a lot of steals. Are they aggressive? They go for a lot of steals, it looks like.
I think they do a good job of getting into passing lanes. They get steals in their three-quarter court, various pressing situations. Not so much as many in the half court, but they get them in three-quarter court. But they'll get across once they get across half court, or once you get across half court, they'll run and jump if there are opportunities that present themselves. Yes.
Mitch.
Hey, Cuonzo, I know you've talked at times this season about the point guard position maybe not being everything you wanted it to be and some of the struggles handling pressure. Just kind of when you look back, what was kind of, I guess, the thought going into the season on who would kind of man that position and how that would go, and where has it kind of verged maybe from the plan?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, Mitch, I hope I don't come off as if I'm ever blaming anybody, because I take full responsibility for everything in and out of this program. So I want to be clear that if that ever came off, that's never the case with me. I thought the two guys that, going into it, of course, Coleman, Anton. We always thought, and also Caleb in some areas, but also, Kobe. So we felt like we had ball handlers. So that wasn't the case, but so we've had some games that we really struggled in the department. We also felt like we had guys that could make shots and make plays, because at the end of the day, you look around the country, you don't necessarily see everybody had just a natural point that all he does is a point guard facilitator. You have guys that score the ball and make plays, like Green for Auburn. He probably shoots more balls than anybody on their team. And you got two guys in the first rounds. One both could possibly be in the lottery, but he probably shoots the most balls on the team. So I don't think that necessarily means that. I think being able to handle the ball and make good decisions is very important. I think those are some areas in critical situations where we've struggled, and not just one person.
Lila.
Hey, Cuonzo, hope you're doing well. Kind of, I guess, along a similar line there, just with the ball handling. How have you guys kind of gone about trying to, have players work on that throughout, the season?
Oh, it's really not that complicated. You work on ball handling, decision making, all that. I mean, you have guys can do those things. It's not as if we have 200 assists and 400 turnovers. So that's not the case. It's just, again, being in pressure situations. I think more than anything is going through it together as a new unit. You're going through it, and you're playing against high-level talent, of course, and there's areas that we have to grow in. But we work on the same things. We work on ball handling, decision making, pressure situations, all the stuff we've always worked on.
Anthony.
My hand is not raised.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Dave, did you have another question?
Yeah, Cuonzo, just looking at X's numbers, it looks like his percentages are about the same, except he's not shooting as much. Are they using him more as a facilitator than a scorer than you guys probably last year more than ever?
I think if I watch him, just looking at the games that we watched, he's passing the ball more, distributing more, getting in the lane, doing different things. So I would say yes.
And for you guys, I know you had Wednesday off. Have you noticed, just it's only been a couple of days, but just notice anything that rest can pay off? Did you see a benefit of that?
I mean, certainly helpful just to have the day off, completely off. And then some guys obviously have to get up and go to class. Some guys have online courses. So what we suggest to those guys, try to stay in bed, just rest up. Yes, I mean, you can notice it in practice. And again, we still don't have 10 guys. So we did a lot of stuff 4-on-4, but that's what it is. We did 4-on-4 action, but you can see the energy level, because again, for us, with new guys, the reps under your belt, the technique, the skill development on both sides of the basketball has been very helpful for us. So yes, it was good to have a day where you can practice, and we'll have another one before we play tomorrow.
One more thing. Would it have helped this year to have some walk-ons? Was that an option for you, just practice-wise?
Yes, yeah, we have some, but what happens is their class schedules. So we have two now, but their class schedules. Because what happens if you're going to be a walk-on, most walk-ons that work out in the fall, they normally, the best case scenario is when they come from high school and they know they're walking on, because now you can tell them the class schedule, the window, because there's a 4-hour window, a block from, like, for us, it's probably like 11 a.m. to like 2 p.m., somewhere around there. So you have to have that time block. Well, most students are probably in class in those times. So if you don't know that, it's hard to really be effective as a walk-on because you have to make the adjustments. So I think that's the thing. So oftentimes in walk-ons, you have walk-on trials in the fall where you have a trial at 7 a.m., everybody can attend it, but then all of a sudden you're able to make the team. Well, my class schedule doesn't allow me to be on the team. So I think that's it. But normally we try to get them in this time in the spring and you get them in the summertime, they know, so now they're part of your team.
Greg?
Hey, Coach, I'm sorry if you've addressed this previously, but have you had any conversations with Javon about his future, whether he will come back?
Not at all. We hadn't talked about that at all. We're just trying to finish the season, finish it strong. No, we hadn't talked about that at all. Not at all, Greg. Not yet. Not yet. Mm-hmm. But whatever he wants to do, I support it 100%.
Nat?
Hey, Coach, after last game, Javon talked a little bit about, obviously a lot of new guys on the team this year and kind of learning what you kind of expect of them. How do you feel like they've grown from the beginning of the season till now? How do you feel like they've kind of come together?
I think they've done a good job coming together, especially in conference play. But I think they've certainly grown. Again, we had a 4-game stretch, and 4 games in 7 days. I think if this team a year from now had the same 4-game stretch in 7 days, probably be a little bit different because they've been together. They understand the level of the league. Because it's one thing to play in the league, but understand the level of talent in the league and understanding your approach to every game. That every night, some conferences every night, just every night. Every night you got ready to play basketball. And I think those are the things: how hard you have to play, the attention to detail, the accountability, all those small things, the consistency and the focus. Because everybody can play basketball. But it's just your approach to the game, and again, how hard it is. And I think the other thing is, though he didn't play a lot of minutes, just even having Yaya out of the rotation, that's another guy that's some grit and some edge to him. So now you're filling guys in the positions, or even on the execution of what you're trying to do offensively. You got a guy plugged in where he normally is not in all the time, and then you got him in critical situations. That's not easy. And I know on the surface it might seem easy, but it's not.
Lila?
Cuonzo, when you look at, Javon Pickett, just what he's been able to do this year, and kind of, especially kind of his emphasis on driving the ball more and things like that, just how have you seen him improve offensively, and especially with kind of that decision-making this year and setting that tone?
Well, just maturity, grit, and edge to him, But again, you look at his lifestyle, it translates. So it's not, but he's been in the program, so you understand it. So he understands what it means to be in this program. But not surprised because he's strong, he's tough, he has preparation, he has focus, and his lifestyle allows him to be the guy he's supposed to be because he take care of his business on and off the court. And again, a lot of things you can't take for granted. His approach is at a high level, his focus is at a high level. He's consistent in his lifestyle. So I'm not surprised. I'm very happy for him, very happy for him.
Anything else? All right, thank you.
Thank you.